Welcome to EXO Fleet's Insights, where every mile counts. The podcast where fleet data turns into real-world decisions. Each episode, we unpack what's really happening across mixed fleets, fuels and sites, and how better insights leads to better performance, lower costs, and fewer surprises on the road. So let's get into it.
How is digital twin technology and where do you see it kind of going in the next 10, 15 years?
This is a great question. As far as I'm aware, it kind of made headlines or showed up in the tech space about 10 years. Hang on, what year are we in it all? Yeah, so 2015, there was a lot of digital twin initiatives. Some of the examples I didn't actually mention around smart city. So Barcelona, very complex smart city scenarios. So they have a digital twin of the city where they can map out routes, congestion. It informed their congestion-free zones as well, and how they pedestrianize some of the city. But they, again, and even just something as simple as changing traffic lights to help with flow traffic can all be managed within their smart city solution, which again has a digital twin, a large digital twin component of it. For me in the next couple of years, like we have, and I think we're going to talk about it again, around AI and where AI is coming up day to day. So like, not to call it an arms race in the AI space, but there's a lot of popularity around that and what AI means and what it used to mean. So for digital twin, it was a big data problem.
Yeah.
And it was a data problem. And so we've had machine learning for a long time before AI kind of popped up, and ChatGPT, before they showed up, it was machine learning. Now we have large language models, which is kind of where ChatGPT is built on. And I think for what that's adding, we now have processes that can be independent and do discrete levels of work. So now if you're building a digital twin and you're looking at processing your data from vehicle telematics, you might create an LLM that specializes in processing the telematics from the vehicles. And then that output ends up feeding into your digital twin solution. And you now have your data sanitization piece added on top of what's there. I would argue, well, we're going to get a lot around the predictive around and you'd be very, very reductive. You could say that AI does pattern matching, and it's the same with machine learning. It's like, it's a lot of pattern matching. So part of the pattern matching is this: what happened before, what is going to happen coming. And because of the amount of research and hype around the LLMs and AI, that is where I would see it coming into the digital twin piece, is just more sophisticated predictions around, again, essentially your data patterns.
So would you say it's worth your while then, because it's going to continue evolving, to get one in as early as you can or start deploying a digital twin in some way, shape or form so that you can just evolve constantly with it?
Yeah, it is not a labor of love, that's the wrong term, but it is down to that measure twice piece. It's the sooner you have it, the sooner you could add to it, the sooner you can build upon what you have, and the sooner you can start making informed decisions. I think, one of a company's greatest assets is its data. So it's almost like if you had office space and you're only in one corner of it, you're not utilizing the asset that you have. So if you're not utilizing your data as a business, you're going to not have that competitive advantage that other businesses have. Part of that is a digital twin. There's lots of ways to utilize your data. Digital twin, absolutely. There's data analytics, which also can feed into your digital twin. So it is more along the lines of the sooner you are, the longer you're underutilizing your data, the more you're losing out in the future.
That makes sense. Matt, would you say wrong person to say this to now because you're an IT person. But what would you say to somebody who speaks to their IT department and they go, look, we haven't time to be doing this. Like, that's not on our radar at the moment. Is this something that if you could just get APIs of all of the data, you can hand over to people like us to just do it for you? And is it easy then to use the system afterwards? I mean, will I need a degree in IT to be able to operate this?
I mean, that's how it depends how good our implementation or like what I would say is it is that question back to the stakeholder. Like, it is a common IT versus business scenario of we don't have time for this. I was like, well, this is about taking time now to save money in the future. And that's quite a tough proposition for some businesses to make, where they feel like they have to be doing something immediately on something tangible. For a lot of this piece in terms of do you need a data science degree to understand it? It's like, no, that it would be a failure of your implementation. The idea of a digital twin is that the most important information is in front of you, presented in a way that's actionable. If we start presenting stuff that's not actionable, if we start presenting stuff that doesn't make sense to the user and they need to, again, ask ChatGPT what it says, then we've kind of lost in that scenario. And I would say it doesn't bode well for that person's implementation of a digital twin. From our perspective, usability is incredibly important in what we deliver, and then the high qualityness and all that goes without saying.
If you'd like to see how our platform works or speak to anybody in our advisory team, just drop us a message.
If anything you heard today reflects the challenges you're facing in your fleet, get in touch with us today at Exofleets. We're always happy to talk through real-world solutions. exofleets.com